Good evening, everyone. This is Karen Donovan. Welcome again to the GNW show. Tonight on the Good News Wednesday show, we've got a treasure trove of fun things we're going to do to make your Wednesday the best day of the week and to help you get through the rest of the week. So let's get started. And my first topic is going to be about something that you can't buy with money, but that everyone can develop. So stay tuned for strategies for a happy life. So what is it that you can't buy with money, but that's something that everyone can develop? If you thought it was character, you might be right. Here's what a very famous person said about character, and I've been thinking about it a lot this week. Character is not something that you can buy. It's not a commodity that can be bartered for. It's not a quality suited for only the rich and famous. Rather, character is built on the foundational commitment of love, honesty, and compassion for others. And that's kind of like what our show is all about, looking at things that will help us to become better human beings and have a happier life. So I was thinking about what's most important about you as a person. Is it what you do, what people think of you, or is it who you are? Is it that foundational commitment underneath it all that no matter what other people say, or whether other people are looking or no one's looking, how do you act? How do you treat other people? What is your character like? So I was thinking, well, what famous people portray that character? And just out of the clear blue this week, up comes the name Nelson Mandela. And he came up in a study in a book that my husband Joe was reading, which if you're interested in, just shoot me an email and I'll tell you what book it is, because it's a pretty cool book. And in there, they talked about Nelson Mandela and how his character was such that no matter what, he was in prison for, I think, 25 years. And he, in the time that he was in prison, he started an underground university named, lovingly for him, the Mandela University. And he got prisoners underground to hold little get-togethers and teach the other prisoners the things that they had knowledge of, so that everyone could be bettered by that. And his character got him through a really terrible time, because when he was locked up in a very, very horrible place where they intended for him to just die, because they wanted to give him the death penalty, but the world protested. So they put him in this prison where they figured he would just die. But in the end, he didn't die, did he? He became the president of South Africa, which is a very interesting thing for somebody that was in prison for that amount of time. Now, Nelson Mandela said this. He said, "Be humble enough to have principles such as helping those less fortunate. Be free. To be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. And he sure did that, didn't he? He did so many things for people that had so little, and he set an example. And he set an example where, even to his own detriment, he was able to assist those other people. So, something to think about. Something your mother always said: actions speak louder than words, don't they? And a lot of times, if we all take the time, and maybe this week will be a good week to do that, to just stop and think, okay, what are my actions saying about me? Am I caring? Do I help other people? Do I get along with other people? Or am I just a big grouch? Do I set an example in my life? Do I set an example health-wise that, even if I don't believe in something, that I would go forward and do it if it were to help other people? Now there's something to think about, especially in a time where everybody's going, I don't believe that you should infringe on my personal rights. Well, what about the rights of other people? What about thinking about others and putting them first before you? Your actions do speak louder than your words. And that's our little thought for the week on character. And now we're on to something that you're going to like, and it's got something to do with music. No, Joe and I haven't gone to rock music. Well, although he's a pretty good rock musician, actually, when I think about it. He could play that. Anyway, we will play. I know we've been threatening to do that. This week, I want to share the inspirational music that we shared with every one of our readers in our Monday morning wake up. And if you don't know, if you're watching the Good News Wednesday show and you don't know about the Monday morning wake up newsletter, just shoot me over an email at Karen@homesbydonovan.com and I'll send you a free copy. No obligation. And every Monday, one of the things that we do is we have musical inspiration to get your week started in your Monday morning wake up. And our musicologist, Mr. Michael Riccio, hands off to him. He has been faithfully providing a selection of songs every week, and people tell me how much they enjoy them on Monday morning. So since this week was about character, commitment was last week, he picked out a couple songs about character. Now, I would love to play them for you, except for copyright infringement violations prevent me from doing so. So instead, I'm going to just read you a couple of the lines of the songs because I think they're really cool. The first one he chose was You've Got to Stand for Something. It's by Aaron Tippin. And there's words in the song that go, you've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. It's a great country song. I almost played it tonight. I had my guitar out and I said, I'm not quite ready for prime time yet. So you got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. You got to be your own man, not a puppet on a string. Okay. You have to uphold your family name. You've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything because you don't have any moral compass, right? So that was the first one. And the second song was, of course, from our friend Billy Joel, Honesty. And the words in the song that struck me in there, honesty is hardly ever heard and mostly what I need from you. I can always find someone to say they sympathize. if I wear my heart out on my sleeve. But I don't want some pretty face to tell me pretty lies. All I want is someone or something to believe. How do you like that? Isn't that timely? See, the cool thing about these songs is they're kind of golden oldies, but they carry so much meaning. So anyway, what we do in our Monday morning wake up, if you don't know, is we give you the choice of the two songs, and then you can kind of vote on it. And if you would like a chance to vote on the songs for next week, just shoot me an email at Karen@homesbydonovan.com, and then I will send it to you, and then you can vote which one you like. So this week, by two votes, you got to stand for something one as the choice of the week. So I promised I would announce it on the show, and now I have fulfilled my promise because I want to exhibit good character. All right, now on to something else about character. Okay, so this was a bit of a stretch, but since it's Real Estate Corner, this segment must have something to do with real estate. So here's the scoop. What are the 5 top characteristics that buyers look for in a house? There, I did it. What are the 5 top characteristics buyers look for in a house? Numero uno is location. Location is number one. And buyers are always looking for a great location that's going to fit their needs. Now, everybody has a different version of definition of what is the best location for them. Sometimes it's easy commute to work. Sometimes it's peace and quiet. Sometimes it's a great neighborhood. Sometimes it's the schools. But location is the answer. Number 2 is number of bedrooms is number 2. That one for number 2. Now, the thing about bedrooms is sure, most people probably only need 2 or 3 bedrooms. But if you've got that 3rd or 4th bedroom, you're ahead of the game because people want that room for a home office, a guest room, or a hobby room. So that's number 2. Number 3 is, goes right with it, the number of bathrooms. And not only the number of bathrooms, but where the location of the bathrooms are. Like, I've got a couple of houses where the bathrooms are like right off the kitchen. Questionable. People like to have a bathroom in their master bedroom. People like to have a bathroom close to where their guests are going to be. And the other thing about bathrooms is people like one of their bathrooms with a bathtub. Because some people like to take a bath, or they like to give their kids a bath. So that was number 3. Number 4 was kitchen layout. This is a characteristic that buyers look for in a house. The reason why is if you only have one person cooking, the kitchen can be small and it doesn't really matter how big the work surface is. But if you have a couple of people who like to cook at the same time, or you're teaching kids how to cook, or your guests want to get involved in there, you need to have some space in your kitchen. So that's number 4. And number 5 is how much maintenance the house will require. For example, does it need a lot of repairs? A lot of people are freaked out by that because they don't have the time. A lot of people look at think about this. You look at beautiful landscaping, right? Well, unless you're going to pay a landscaper and a gardener to do that job, then that will be part of your maintenance. So people think about that kind of stuff. So maintenance free or lower maintenance would be number 5. So those, my friends, are the 5 characteristics that buyers look for. And thanks for joining us on Real Estate Corner. Now, on to our trivia. Now, this is the other thing that you will get in your Monday morning wake up if you get your copy, and that is the question in advance so you can ponder it, because this is a very important trivia question about characters. And the question is which of these television characters went on to develop a good character? Starting out was a little rough, and then they went on to develop a good character in the show that they were in. And our choices were Alex Karev of Grey's Anatomy, Carol Pelletier of Walking Dead, Hector Salamanca in Breaking Bad, and Charlotte York in Sex and the City. Now, if you haven't watched all of those shows, you definitely should, I guess. But it's very interesting to see the development of the characters in those shows. And I've sort of handpicked those shows, although I did have a little help from my internet friends. But this week, I got varying degrees of answers. Like most weeks, most people guess the right answer. I guess I make it too easy. But this week, I stumped a lot of people. So this was a good one. So Alex in Grey's Anatomy, I don't know if you watched the show or not, probably more gals than guys. But when he first started out, he was obnoxious. He got in fights. He didn't seem to really care about other people. And as the series progressed, and he lasted I think almost all the seasons. I think there were 15 seasons. I don't think I watched them all. But anyway, he developed his character, and he actually became kind of a good guy. Like, he was an excellent pediatric surgeon, and he really cared about kids. He had a soft spot for kids. So see how his character developed. Now, number 2, Carol Pelletier. I've watched Walking Dead. Another person in my family watched more than me, but she was the queen. And she, in the beginning, I think her daughter got bitten by a zombie person. And then as time progressed, over time, she became a leader in the series and fought for the people there and to protect them. So she did develop her character positively. Then there was Charlotte York from Sex and the City, and she was always sweet, but she always saw the best in people, and as time progressed in the show, she continued to do that. So she would not be the one that did not develop a good character. Now we come down to Breaking Bad, and as you see, I chose Hector Salamanca and not any other leading characters in the show. And that was the hint, folks, because Hector was bad, and he stayed bad. And he stayed bad the whole time in the show, as far as I know. Now, if you saw something different in there, let me know. But anyway, so the answer would be D. Hector Salamanca in Breaking Bad did not develop a good character. Drum roll, please, if you got the answer correct. Okay. So now, as you know, we have concluded all of our segments for this week. If you, again, would like to receive a copy of our Monday Morning Wake Up newsletter so that you could get a little inspiration on Monday and Wednesday. We would love to send you a copy. Just shoot me over an email at Karen@homesbydonovan.com, and I'll be glad to send you out a complimentary copy. In the meantime, please have a good rest of your evening. Stay safe. Don't forget to get your booster shot if you qualify. Not too many of us do, but I think some of us do. And remember to make it a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.
It's the Good News Wednesday show. Come on, kids, it's time to roll. Tell everybody that you know. Watch the Good News Wednesday show. Good News Wednesday's finally here. Let's stand up and give a cheer.